hope you can see the OneNote which I'm trying to share with you all. So let me start with today's session on the continuation of SOP and POS forms. Okay, so yesterday I tried to explain about two ways I can express a Boolean expression. What is a Boolean expression? Boolean expression is a logical representation of input variables relating to the output variables. Okay, so it is a collection of variables related by a Boolean operation. Okay, input variables and relating to the output variable. Okay, so that is a Boolean expression. So Boolean expression I can write in two forms. Okay, either I can write it in SOP form, okay, or POS form. Okay, so that this is what we are trying to discuss. So if you try to see, there are two forms I have. One is non-standard and standard form. Okay, so the product terms, okay, if you try to see SOP, the product terms, okay, are combined by a Boolean addition. Okay, by Boolean addition. So this is sum of product terms. Kindly understand that expansion, sum of product terms. So each element is a product term. So this one is a product term and this one is a product term. Okay, so you combine by using Boolean addition. Okay, so this is actually non-standard. Okay, when you call a product term as a standard form, okay, so standard form need to have each product term need to have all the variables in some form. Either it can be in a true variable form or its complement form. Okay, so that is the standard form. Okay, so when you have a standard representation for SOP, we call it as min term. Okay, a standard representation of SOP is the min term form or canonical form. There are different names for this, canonical or min term. Okay, so if you are having only product terms, it means that you are having some missing variables. Okay, it might be due to some simplification process. Okay, so now you can ask a question, sir, why do you want to have this standard form? Okay, because you told you that the lesser number of variables, it's good for me to read. Yeah, so but why do you need this particular form? Because there are other procedural simplification methods, okay, which is called the K-map. Okay, so which you'll be seeing in the forthcoming classes. The K-map is a better way to do Boolean simplification. Okay, because if you try to do Boolean algebra, okay, so I know the properties, I need to know the properties, I need to know the laws and theorems. Okay, and it is difficult for me to write in a as an algorithm. Okay, if you want to use some computer and do a simplification, there I cannot use a Boolean theorem or law. Okay, it is difficult for me to do the programming. Okay, so K-map is a procedure method. Okay, it is a matrix method, okay, which follows certain steps to get the simplified expression. Okay, because it is a matrix, okay, I can use any kind of a programming language. I can use a C and I can do some simplification. I can write some program and do a simplification process. Okay, so that is a K-map. Okay, so the K-map requires the equation to be in min-term form, standard form. Okay, so that is why we try to use standard forms. Okay, when you are using a K-map for simplification, it is easier for me to do with the simplification if it is the expression in standard form. Okay, so that is why we try to study these Boolean expression, and it is also good to know. Okay, so different way to represent. Okay, and suppose if you are using a NAND gate or NOR gate, I told you for NAND gate expression has to be in multiplication. For a NOR gate expression has to be in Boolean addition. Okay, so when that is the case, you can see that a product of sum and sum of products can be used interchangeably. Okay, it gives a flexibility. Okay, you can just select any expression you want. You can go for SOP or POS form. So based on your hardware also. Okay, it is just a flexibility. Okay, so that is why we try to study the two forms of the Boolean expression. So most probably they won't tell you about type of expression. Okay, so it's they'll give a problem, they'll ask you to realize. Okay, you can go on with the SOP form. Okay, no wrong in that procedure. But if they insist, if they try to ask you only in POS form, so you have to go for POS form. So that is why we are seeing both the terms. Okay, so the terms are SOP, we are having product terms, and if it is a standard form, we call it as min terms. Min terms are represented as small m, okay, and its decimal values. Likewise, for product of sum, it is sum terms, and if it is a standard form, we call it as max term. Okay, and here we try to use capital M with subscript of its decimal numbers. Okay, so we have taken XOR gate, and we have written for SOP and POS form. So you can see that. Let me recap what you have to do for SOP. So SOP, you have to see the output for which the output is 1. Okay, accordingly you have to select the input combinations and write as a product terms, and you combine with plus sign. That is SOP. Okay, you can see that how we have written x bar y plus xy bar. Okay, so each term is a min term, because now it is having all the variables, right? We are having only two x and y, so we are having all the variables, so it is a min term form. So min term we have to write with a small m with subscript of the decimal value. Decimal values, you have to see that combination of the input variables 0, 1 or 1, 0, likewise. So you can write in this manner also. So that is SOP. So for POS, you will be having, you have to see the output, okay, which is having 0. Okay, so I have to see the output for which the output is 0. So I'll be taking only that input combinations. Okay, so here I'll try to interchange the representation. Okay, so 0 is the variable, 1 is complement in POS. So likewise you can write, and these are the max terms. Okay, so these are the max terms. Okay, you can write as capital M, and you can subscript with the decimal value of the variable. So you can see that the decimal value of 0 and 3. So 0 and 3, and you can write in this form also as pi, because it is product of min terms, max terms, right? So this is XNOR. So we have taken XNOR. So the logic is similar input, it is going to be high. So we have written we have formed the truth table, and we have try to write the expression SOP and POS forms. So in SOP, I'll be seeing the output for which it is 1 and take the input combination. So here 0 is complement, and variable is 1. So I'll be having x bar y bar plus xy. Okay, likewise for if you are writing a POS of this XNOR gate, I'll be looking at what? Output zeros. Okay, so 2 output zeros, it means that 2 sum terms. Okay, and I have to combine sum terms with the Boolean multiplication. So I try to see that its combination is 0, 1 and 1, 0. So in POS, 0 is a variable, 1 is its complement. Okay, so we'll be having x plus y bar into x bar plus y. Okay, so its combination is, this is actually 1 and this is 2, right? So max term 1 and 2. Okay, so I can write in this form. Okay, so this is POS form. Okay, so these are mutually exclusive. Okay, so what is the inference here? Suppose you tell me, you observe these two expressions. What is your inference? What do you understand when you compare this table and this expression for SOP and POS? Anyone? What is your inference? What inference you get? You observe the SOP form and POS form for the same truth table, same logic circuit. I'm just observing. What is a inference you can have? Okay, observing these two values, SOP and POS. Or look at this output, ones and zeros. Can anyone tell me what is the relation between SOP and POS with respect to a truth table? Okay, they are duals. Okay. Even more specific, Pragne? Okay, just see the values. If I have 0 and 3, the remaining has to be the other expression elements, right? If one set of values are for SOP, the remaining has to be POS. Okay, they are mutually exclusive. This is what I expect. Okay, they are mutually exclusive. Okay, if you try to take a coin, if one side is going to be your head, the other side has to be a tail, right? Okay, they are mutually exclusive, right? Likewise, if you try to see a truth table, okay, if you have a set of ones, the remaining has to be a set of zeros, right? Because it's a binary logic, right? So if I have certain elements for SOP, the remaining has to be POS. Okay, you can see this expression. Okay, I'm having 0, 3 for SOP. So remaining has to be what? POS. Simple as that, right? Because we take 1 for SOP and 0 for POS. Able to understand? These are mutually exclusive. Okay, and they represent the same logic. That is the beauty of it. Okay, if you can use this one and you can get the XNOR gate, you can use this expression as well as get the same table. Okay, no change in that. You'll still have the same behavior of the circuit. Okay, two ways to see it, that's all. Okay, and that is why we can use these two interchangeably. Okay, so I think that is a recap of this SOP and POS standard forms, canonical forms, and we can try to solve more problems on that. Okay, so let me start with a different way. Okay, I hope you have your class note and you're taking notes. Let me start with a different problem. Okay, all this time I gave an expression, right? I gave an expression. I asked you to simplify or do some manipulation. Now I'm going to give a table right away. Okay, it is some based on some logic. I'm having this table, and your work is you have to uh, state the expression in both SOP and POS forms. Okay, namely in the standard canonical forms. Okay, so this is derive the Boolean expression. Okay, Boolean expression in both. Okay, SOP and POS forms, standard forms, canonical forms. Okay, so this is for the truth table, for the truth table, right? For the truth table, right? This is important. Okay, so I'm going to give you some table. Okay, so you have your work is you have to find out the relation for this variable, for this table. Okay, let it be X. So this is my table. Okay, so this is going to be my inputs, and this is a single output device. Okay, here also you can have many outputs, right? For a particular input combination, I can have more than one output also. Okay, so no one is restricting on the number of outputs. But to start with a simple case scenario, I'm having three inputs ABC, and I'm having a output variable X. Okay, so first, let me write the combinations of inputs. Okay, if there are three inputs, how many combinations I can have? I told you yesterday itself. If there are three inputs, how many combination of inputs I can have to the device? Very good, 8. Kishore, very good. Pragne, good. Okay, 2 part 3. 3 is the number of inputs. Okay, so can you write all the possible combinations of input? What are the possible combinations of input? Okay, so you can start from 0, 0, 0. So 0, 0, binary, right? See, I'm getting noise. See, someone has turned on their mic. Kindly mute it. Let me mute on my side also. Okay. Okay. So this is binary, right? Okay. Always it is binary. So 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. So 0, 1. Next one is 2, right? So 2 is 0, 1, 0. 3 is 0, 1, 1, right? 4 is 1, 0, 0. 5 is 1, 0, 1. 6 is 1, 1, 0. 7 is 1, 1, 1. Okay. So after that it is cyclic, right? Again we'll be having 0, 0, 0. Okay, we'll stop here. So unique combination, if you are having 3 input is 8 combination. 2 by 3, 8. Okay, 0 to 7. Okay, 0 to 7, 0 0 0 to 111 7. Okay, so this is the logic of that random circuit. For an unknown circuit, you have to get me the expression for this circuit, for this behavior. Okay, so now I didn't tell you from which circuit I'm getting this table. Okay, so your work is, as an engineer, now you have to tell me how to realize this truth table. Okay, so this is a classical problem you can have in any situation. Okay, I know certain behavior of the problem. Okay, suppose you want to design a system. Okay, some requirement is given. Okay, it is taking 3 input and this is my expected out, right? You have to design a system for this. This is our requirement. Okay, for any kind of a system, particularly any kind of a digital logic circuit. They can give you a circuit, they can give you a truth table. Okay, they can define the inputs. Okay, they'll tell you in a phrase also they can give a problem statement. Okay, like let there be a system, it is going to have 3 inputs and it is going to produce one output X, and these are the nature of the particular system. Get me a device for this particular behavior of the truth table. So this is a classical problem. Okay, so from this table I'm going to find out the circuit, okay, which can reproduce this table. Okay, so this is a scenario we will come across often in DLC. Okay, so let's start with first SOP. Okay, so let me write for X SOP. Okay, I need one of the student to turn on and just tell me what you have to do next. I need a volunteer to turn on a mic and just go on. Just tell me. See, I told you again, I tell you in the class, it's nothing wrong in committing mistakes. Okay, you can give wrong answers. Nobody is going to punish you. Okay, only if you commit mistakes, okay, you can learn where you have gone wrong. You can know. Okay, so always you try to do, and even if you get a wrong answer, okay, I will give some step mark. Okay, don't worry about that. Okay, so my important aspect is you have to try with the problem. Okay, you have to proceed with the problem. Okay, the final only. Okay, the final answer doesn't matter to some extent. Okay, if you are doing some steps means I'll give certainly step mark. Okay, only if you leave question not attended, then 0 marks. Okay, so I want to volunteer and just tell me how to proceed with this SOP form. So we are going to write for X output.
Sir, where the output is 1, you want to do for
Who's
that
this?
only, sir. Magesh,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah, Nagesh. Yeah,
Magesh.
Magesh. Very good, Magesh. Yeah, tell me, start how we can start with this
Sir,
problem.
A bar, B bar, C plus.
Wait. Just tell me now what output I have to see. SOP.
Sir, only the output is high
Once.
means you want to do for
Very good. So I have
source
to
validation
see.
also.
Yeah, I have to see only the output which are having one, right? Logic
1,
high.
yes.
Very good.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
now tell me what is the first combination? We are having 0 0 1. So
1,
what
sir.
is the expression we have
A
to
bar,
write?
B bar, C.
Very good. A bar, B bar, C plus. Then when you go to
Plus,
the next value, you have to put a plus sign. Right. Next
yes,
one
sir.
is this one.
A bar, B,
Okay.
C.
A bar, B, C. Very good. Next one.
Then A, B bar, C bar.
A, B bar, C bar. Excellent.
Next
Then
is
this one.
A, B, C bar. That's all.
Very good. Okay. So we are having very good. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 product terms will be getting, or 4 min terms will be getting. So that is combined use here. Boolean addition will be getting the SOP form. Okay. Very good. So let me call some other student. I want to have in a min term expression. Like I have to write in small m form. Okay. Min term form. How about Kevin Jerome is here. Kevin Jerome. So you can volunteer also. You can just raise your hand, or you can, if nobody is raising their hand, I will pick some student. Okay. How about Kevin Jerome? Is your mic working? Kevin Jerome is not here. How about okay, very good. How about some other student? Madhu Manju. Madhu Manju 83 is here. Madhu Manju 83. You can unmute and just respond. So Madhu is not here. How about Lingala Sirisha? Lingala Sirisha is here.
Yes, sir.
Okay, ma. Just tell me how I can write in that midterm form.
Is M1 plus,
How you are getting M1?
because that one is 001, sir, so it represents 1.
Very good. Okay, excellent. So we have to see the combination and you have to convert into a decimal form and you just put as a subscript. Very good. So it is going to be M1 plus then next one is
M3,
M3.
then M6.
See,
No,
then
yeah, M4, sir.
M4. Then
And then M6.
okay, good. Okay, so you got it correct. Very good. Okay, other students also got it. Manikanda Prabhu, Pragne, I think he has given POS right away. Okay, good. Okay, so others, kindly make a note of it. How about Misham? Misham is here, 92. Misham. Misham, 92. Misham is not here. Mukundan B, 99. Mukundan B is here.
Yes, sir.
Mukundan. Very good, pa.
Yes, sir.
Just okay. Now you have to give me in that summation. Okay. So the other form also I told you. Yeah. You just tell me what value I have to.
1, comma,
Okay.
3, comma, 4, 6.
Okay. Very good. Excellent. Okay. Very good, pa. Okay. So now, so this is the SOP. Okay. So XPOS, okay, I gave the trick also. Okay. So if these values are going to be the min term, the remaining has to be a what? The remaining has to be what? So you can write straight away also. You can write straight away the max terms and the POS form. Okay. So let me select. Okay. Very good. Let me select some other student. Nandakumar BS here. 102 Nandakumar. Nandakumar BS, are you there? Nandakumar BS, no response. Nixon Raja, 108 Nixon Raja. Nixon Raja is present. Nixon?
Sir.
Yeah. Okay. So now you have to tell me the POS forms. Okay. You have to give me first the expression form. Okay. Tell me, pa. So now what I have to do with this POS form? Nixon. So tell me what I have to see on the X column.
0.
Yeah, I have to see the zeros, right? So now I have to see the zeros, and for that particular input combination, I have to write as a sum term. Okay. So now we have to see this one, 0. First is 0. What is its input combination? All are zeros, right? So now tell me in POS form. Yeah. Tell me now its sum term form. So 0, its variable is what?
1.
I have to write it in terms of A as a or A complement if it is 0 in POS.
A com.
This is where you actually commit mistakes. Okay, so always in POS, if it is 0, that is going to be the same true variable. Okay, so here 0 means, so it will be A, right? You able to understand? Plus,
Yes, sir.
what is you complete this sum term. Next one, what I have to write?
B as
B.
as 1.
No, you have to write in variable only. Plus C, right? I have to see this combination, and if it is 0, write the true variable. Only if it is 1, I have to complement in POS. Okay, so I'll be writing A plus B plus C. You able to understand? Now when you go to the next 0 output, I have to put a multiplication because it's product of sum. Okay, so now what is the next combination? We'll see. Nixon. Which combination? Just tell me. The next 0 where you can find here, right?
Sir.
Okay, just tell me what is now the sum term for this combination. Just try.
A minus B.
A minus.
Sorry.
A plus
A plus
B.
B.
Then only B. B bar plus
C.
very good. Okay, so this is how we have to write for each sum term, right? So now you can try for the next two one. Okay, next two zeros are here, right? So I am having this 0. So what is the combination for that? This one, right? So I'll be having A bar
A
plus
bar plus B plus C bar.
Very good. Good. And last 0 is here. Okay.
All are bars.
What is that expression?
A bar plus B bar plus C bar.
A bar plus B bar plus C. Okay, very good, Nixon. Okay. Okay, let some other student now. Raj Kannan. Raj Kannan is here. 124. Raj Kannan. 124. Raj Kannan. Raj Kannan, are you there? Are you attentive in the class? Okay. So Raj Kannan is absent. Okay. Let me start with the last student. Kavya Karthik is here. Kavya Karthik. Kavya Karthik. 68. No response. See, students, have a courtesy. When I call your name, kindly respond. If your mic is not working, just type in mic not working. Okay. So you are actually wasting time. Okay. So let me complete this one. I got few answers. Okay. Krishna Prasad, Priyanka, Kirtana, Maniganda Prabhu. Okay. All got correct answers. Very good. Kishore Raja. Okay. Let me complete this one. So now I can write it in max term form as multiples. So M, just write the terms. Okay. And its decimal equivalent. Okay. So here I'll be having M0. Okay. M2. M5, then M7. Okay, or even more better way, put a pi representation 0 to 5, 7. Okay, so this is our POS form, and you can see that 1, 3, 4, 6 are the min terms. Okay, the remaining has to be the max terms. Okay, so you will be getting the remaining terms are what? 0 to 5. Okay, so this is where I can right away I can jump from SOP and POS. Okay, they are mutually exclusive. Okay, if you're having certain elements as SOP, the remaining has to be a POS. Okay, but in the exam, kindly give the steps. Okay, because steps carries mark. Okay, though you know the answer right away. Okay, you try to provide 1 or 2 steps. Okay, if it is going to be 2 mark also. Okay, so this is the way I can do. I can realize a circuit, right? So now I can realize. Okay, I can just realize as such, or I can do a simplification and I can realize the simplified form. Okay, so from the table I can get the circuit. Okay, so that is the important inference. From the truth table I can realize the circuit. Okay, so I'll be teaching you K-map simplification where I'll be using this notation. Okay, I'll be using these notations to map into the K-map and perform the same Boolean simplification process. Okay, so when you study K-map, I'll tell you. So there you can understand how the min terms and max terms are useful. Okay, for Boolean simplification. Okay, so another common question SOP and POS is they'll ask you to convert non-standard SOP or POS to standard forms. Okay, this is another common question. Okay, what is the question they'll ask you? Non-standard SOP or POS to a standard forms. Okay, so this is our next objective. Okay, so let me give a non-standard expression. So let me solve this one. Okay, so I'm having an expression. Suppose let it be F is equal to A B bar C plus A bar B bar plus AB C bar. Okay, so this is my expression. So this is my Boolean expression. So now you have to get me the standard form. Okay, so first check whether you are able to understand the expression. Okay, I'm giving you a variable, output variable F, which is expressed as a Boolean expression of 3 input variables A, B, C, right? You have to observe all the terms. Okay, in this case all the product terms, and you have to check, okay, how many variables are here. So I'm having 3 variables, right? 3 variables are present. Okay, okay, so now I have to check whether it is a standard or non-standard form. Okay, so right away I can see that. So this first product term has all the 3 variables in some form. Okay, so that is going to be a min term. Okay, how about this one? This one is having actually A bar and B bar, some combination of A and B, but C is missing. Okay, C is missing. Okay, so this is going to be a, even if one of the product term is non-standard, the whole expression is a non-standard form. Okay, and this is standard form. Okay, because we are having all the 3 variables in some form. Okay, so my aim is how to convert this non-standard to a standard form. How to make all the terms have all the variables. So that is my question. You able to understand the question? Conversion of non-standard SOP or POS to a standard form. Okay, so the problem I given is in SOP form. Okay, some combination of variables, and you have to get me a standard representation first in SOP. Okay, because the question is SOP. Okay, so I have analyzed the expression. I came to know that the second element product term is not having that C. Okay, so any suggestions from you how to make as a standard form? Any trick comes to your mind? Okay, I don't have to worry about the first and the third term because it's in proper form. Okay, because it is having all the variables. Add C and its complement. Okay, excellent. Okay, Niveta and Nandini, they got it. Okay, so we have to bring in the missing term. Okay, so if you bring in the missing term, you will be getting the standard form. Very good, Sirisha, Praveen. Okay, they also got it. Okay, so this is where our manipulation works, right? It's all about manipulation. DLC is about manipulation of variables. Okay, so if you are having some missing variable, I can very well bring in them based on that complement theorem. Okay, so what I do is a b bar c plus a bar b bar. Okay, can I write c plus c bar? Okay, whatever is missing, I just bring in. I try to invoke the corresponding theorem. So here the theorem I try to use complement theorem plus AB C bar. Okay, only C is missing, so it's enough. I bring in the missing variable. Then it is going to be a standard form, right? Now it is just the expansion of this variable and write it in the minterm form. Okay, so what we'll get A B bar C plus A bar B bar C plus A bar B bar C bar plus ABC bar. Okay, and if there's any repetition of any product term, any min term, we can just omit it, right? Because I also taught you about A plus A is always A, right? So whenever you are having more than one same product terms or min terms, you can just replace with a single min term. Okay, able to understand? So check whether you are having any repetitive min term. There is no repetition, right? So this is our realization. Okay, so this is our answer. Okay, so this is the standard form of this non-standard expression. Okay, so you can write it in different forms you want. Okay, I can write it in min-term form. Okay, so I can write as someone just tell me what is a min-term for A, B bar, C. What is that? If I want to write in the min-term form. So now you have to see. So A is actually 0. B, sorry, A is 1. B is B bar. So it is going to be 0. And this is going to be 1, right? So you just write. If you once you do more sums, you can write straight away. But as you're starting, you know that it is SOP. In SOP, a variable we can write as 1 and its complement as 0, right? So it's 0. So what is that min term? M. What is that? M. 5. Okay, how about next one? This is 0, 0, 1, right? Okay, what is 0, 0, 1? So it is going to be M1 plus, what is the next one? Anyone? What is the next one? Just tell me what is that number? What is 0, 0, 0? M0, very good, Kishore. So M0 plus, then what is the next one? A, B, C bar. What is that? M what? Very good, Krishna. So M6. That's all. Just rearrange in a proper order. We'll be getting. So it is M1. Sorry, M0 plus M1 plus M5 plus M6. Okay. Or I can write as what? I can write as this form also. Okay. 0, 1, 5, 6. Okay. Able to get it? So this is the standard forms. I hope others can follow this one. And any doubt here? Are you able to understand the concept I told you? Non-standard to standard. Okay, just students take time to type in yes. Whether you understand, just write, type in whether you understand or not. Okay. Yes.
No doubt, sir.
Yeah. Yes. What is the doubt you have? Oh, no doubt. Very good, very good. Just type in that you understand, or if you don't understand, I'll explain. Okay. So now, so this is the expression. So what are the common mistakes you will commit is, see, when you're writing, always have some kind of an order. Okay. If you're writing the expression, you try to have it in some order. Like if you're having like this, B bar C A, it's better to have it as A B bar C. Okay. commutative, right? So always have it in proper order. Okay, because based on this only we are giving, you are fixing the values. Okay, so always try to have the expression proper order. Okay, so even if you are having an expression, we can very well write it as in an order form, A, B bar, C. Okay, so that is one common mistake, because if you not order it properly, what will happen? You will assign different values for the variables. Okay, you will be missing that MSB and LSB, and if your MSB and LSB are mixed, you will be getting wrong numbers, wrong min terms and max terms. Okay, so that is important thing. So now how about someone give me the POs of this expression? You can give me now directly. Can anyone give me the POs of this F? Okay, the answer what we got in the previous step. Anyone? Just turn on your mic and just tell me what is the expression in POs form, or just tell me in math.
M7, sir.
M2, very good. M2, M3,
M4.
M4, then
M7.
very good. M7 is there. Okay, because see, the trick is we are having three variables. Okay, so many things we can see here. Okay, so we are having three variables, right? And if it is three variable, means what is the maximum number I can have? 7, right? So three variables. Okay, the maximum number I can have is 7. We have seen this table, right? So we have seen this table. So if you are having three input variables, the maximum number is 7. Okay, so that is the last number we have to consider. Okay, so accordingly, I just found out that it is having three variables only. So the missing variables up to 7 I have to check. So 0, 1 is present in as SOP min term. So the max term has to be the remaining. So it has to be M2, M3, and 4. 5 is present, 6 is present, which is not present? 7. So M7 is a max term. Okay, so now you can write as that pi form also. Pi capital M you can write any way we can write. So 0, 2, 0, 3, sorry, 2, 3, 4, 7, right? So let me write this off. So 2, 3, 4, 7. This is our answer. Okay, we have got both the standard forms, right? We got both the standard forms. Okay. So you can write as expression also. Okay, I'll leave it to you. You can write as expression also. You have to write. Okay. So let me give another sum. So I'll give in POS form. How about this one? So now you have to convert to a standard POS. The question is, let me take some value. M equals A plus C bar. Okay. A plus B. So this is my POS. Okay. It is POS, right? You agree? Because it is product of sum terms. Okay, these are sum terms, product of sum terms. So let me first analyze with the circuit. See, whenever a question is given, try to analyze what are the variables are there, how they are present, how they are related, everything you have to analyze. So now how many variables are there? 3 variables, right? I'm having A, B and C. Okay, so 3 variables are there. Okay, A, B and C. So now my next thing is I have to check whether I'm having each sum term as a max term. Okay, when a sum term becomes a max term, only if has all the variables in some form. Okay, so here what is missing? Here B is missing. Okay, and here C is missing. Right? C is missing. Okay, so I need a suggestion. Anybody can give me a clue how to proceed this? How we have done for SOP? You have to bring in the missing variable. I try to use the complementary law. How about this one? POS form. I have missing variable. How to bring that missing variable into the equation? so that the equation doesn't change its logic. Very good, Sirisha. So again we can invoke the Mukundan also got it. Very good, Ranjini. So we have to again invoke the complementary law, but complementary law for multiplication. B bar. Okay, B dot B bar is 0. Okay, so here adding 0 doesn't change the equation. Okay, so Nandini also got it. So what you have to do, so let me do one at a time. Monish Kumar, good. So you also got it. B bar, very good. So here I have to bring in the missing variable. What I can do is A plus B bar I have to write, right? Plus C bar, right? You agree? Let me do one step at a time. Okay, so the thing is, it's like adding 0, right, to this expression. B bar is 0. Okay, so adding 0 to a OR logic doesn't change, right? It is going to retain the original logic, so you can add 0. Okay, so I'm adding 0, but I'm going to replace 0 at B bar. Okay, so now what we can do? Just tell me now how I can split into factors. So now after this, what I have to do? Again, we have to use one theorem. I need to split into factors, right? Because it is B bar, I have to split into factors. What I can do? Can anybody cite a theorem for that? Split into factors. I have told you in Boolean theorems how to split variables into factors. Can anybody cite that law? Anyone? Anyone want to try? Not double negation. See, split into factors. Double negation, always try to use De Morgan's theorem, and you can just convert from multiplication to addition. Okay, here I want to convert a expression to factors. Okay, how about A plus BC? Anybody? How about A plus BC? Can you use that property? I am giving a clue. A plus BC, how I can write? Can I write A plus B into A plus C? Agree? Can you use this property here? Okay, so can I write like this? A plus B plus C bar as one factor, and another factor as A plus B bar plus C bar. Agree? Do you agree with me? Yes, no? Okay. Distributive. Yes, Manikandan. Okay, so do you agree? So distributive law, A plus BC, we can factorize as A plus B into A plus C. So here I am taking A, B and C bar as one factor, and the remaining with B bar. So I'll be writing A plus B plus C bar, then A plus B bar plus C bar, and this term. And now I have to bring in that C variable also. Okay, so A plus, see, this is where I'm not changing the order, right? I'm checking as and when I proceed with the step, I'll be checking here and there. I have to make in a proper order, because then we'll be assigning wrong numbers, right? I don't want that to happen. So A plus B plus C bar, A plus B bar plus C bar, and this I can write as A plus B plus C bar, right? Then I can write away A plus B plus C bar, then A plus B bar plus C bar, then A plus B plus C, then A plus B plus C bar. Do you agree? So this is the standard POS form. And just check whether you are having any similar terms. Anybody? Any similar term is present? Because A dot A, I can very well write as A, right? So you can use that one here. Any similar sum term are there? What about the first and the last one? Are they similar? Yeah, they are similar, right? So I can just replace one. Okay, and yeah, write as the final expression A plus B plus C bar, A plus B bar plus C bar, then A plus B plus C. Okay, so this is our expression. So able to follow? Let me complete this class by giving the final expression. So now I can write in max terms, right? So what is this? In a POS, a variable is 0. So 0, 0, 1. This is 0, 1, 1. This is all zeros, right? So this is what? This is M1, M3, M0, right? Do you agree? So I can rewrite even more better way, or like this. Capital M, 0, 1, 3. Okay, I'll stop here. Just follow what I have done. Nothing big I have done. I've just used that complementary law for multiplication B bar. Then I try to use distributive law to split into factors. Okay. Then I try to check whether there are repeated sum terms. If there are repeated sum terms, just replace with a single term. Then rewrite in max terms. Okay. So now I can stop here. Okay. Any doubt here?